Alrighty everyone, back out on the range with the 308, doing pretty much the same load as last time, but working up a little bit past that. Like you guys saw in the last video on the 308, 38 grains ended up being really good. Okay, I don't have the MOA written down here on this book. It's up there in the garage, so yeah. Either way, I know it was 38 grains. Still doing all the same stuff. 168 grain Hornady bolt tail hollow point match. Same powder, Varget. And yeah, this is still just kind of a powder test. And we'll move on to a seeding test after this. This is the last I got on powder. I could go up quite a bit more. I'm pretty sure I can. I doubt I'm going to hit the velocities to max out on this. We'll see though. But yeah, you know, we could go up further, but I think I'm going to stick around this because I think 38.3, somewhere around there is going to be good. So the charges for today are 38.3 is where we're starting. Then we go to 38.6. Then we go to 38.9, 39.2, and 39.5. And yeah, that should get us into the velocities. I don't have my book down here with me, but we ended off at 38.3 in the last one. And we were sitting around 2366 average feet per second. So yeah, we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we're ending off at 39.5. That will be our last one. I do believe our fowlers are probably 38.3. I didn't mark them on this booklet, but yeah, they are. And yeah, let me go get that damn target hung, and we'll move on from there. All right, let's get the show on the road. First 5 are fowlers, obviously, and hopefully we find our. I think we found our load, but hopefully we find even a little bit better one. If you guys go back and watch the last 308 video, 38 grains ended up being like a 0.6 something, so a little over ½ inch. Doing my part, I would like at least ½ inch or under, but alright, yeah, let's get the show on the road. Alright, 38.3 grains. Hopefully we find something that shoots better than ½ inch, or the 0.6 that we already got from 38 grains. And that'd be wonderful. .2402. .2400, which that's about right. Well, that's about right, I guess. We ended off at 2366 average at 38.3, but starting to become fall time, which is great. Don't got to worry about the barrel overheating super fast. I mean, this barrel don't anyways, but all 3 touching. That's nice. 2443. Another one right through the other hole. Brass all looks good. So with these being Fowlers, one of those are going to be the first one you shot that you guys saw is obviously cold bore, so obviously there isn't much of a cold bore shift with this gun. Last shot kicked out just a hair, but respectable group. Not bad at all. Alright, that last shot was 2379. So we have an average of 2400 even. We have an SD of 24.4, which is gross. And an ES of 68.5, which is gross. Alright, let's move on. Alright, moving on to 38.6, I think? Yeah. 38.6. Alright. Yep. Hitting top right just a hair. $23.98. Pretty much right through the same hole. $24.20. Barrel's still cold. Nice little small clover leaf. Maybe we didn't find our load. Maybe this is our load. Or maybe this is the load. Brass is all looking good. Like I said, I gotta look at the Hornady manual to see whatever max is in the Hornady manual wouldn't be for this anyways, because this is a 26-inch barrel, so I'm reaching velocities way quicker than they are, because they are, I think, a 24 or something. So yeah. Jesus. You guys can see better than I can down there. Ah, that primer looks a little... looks like it's a little proud. Not flat or anything, but looks like it backed out a little bit. I'll tell you, this alpha brass better not be fucking shit in the bed already. I'll be some angry. My SIG, I'm on what, 12 or 13 with my 6.5 Creedmoor. We're on 3 firings. $118 for 100. 24.35 on that last one. Look at that little cloverleaf. That primer pocket's good. It just seemed like that one backed up, unless I didn't seat it. I usually check, well, yeah, no, I check every one, because after I get done priming, I literally pop it out of my RCBS primer, run my, let me see here, I squeeze it, pull it out with this, my left hand, and then run this pointer finger over the top of it. So yeah, I check every one. Unless sometimes I can get in the flow, maybe, and maybe miss one mentally. Alright, that one was 2387. We have an average of 2405, an SD of 19.1, and an ES of 48.1. Like I've said to you guys before, I would love an SD of frickin' 2 and an ES of whatever. I would like low chronograph numbers, but if it consistently shoots that group that you're seeing right there, I don't really give a shit. Like I've messaged to some of you guys on the channel. Like a few of you guys said chronograph, you know, doesn't mean everything, and I fully understand that. I agree with you. Like, it's great to have nice low numbers, but kind of like what Eric Cortina says, whatever, you know, I can't remember what his freaking motto is, but, you know, let the target do the talking, and I've always been that way even before I watched Cortina. I could have 100 ES and 100 SD, and if I'm shooting that group right there or smaller, I'll take that all day. Alright guys, moving on. Moving on to 38.9. Barrel's still golden. That's why I love shooting in fall. I can start shooting daily. And like I told you guys before, some of these group sizes, like in the last video or all this summer, some of those are my fault. I mean, a little bit of that era in every group is my fault, because I'm not shooting daily like I was the summer before. You know, I got a new house. I got, you know, just got so much more going on. So 38.9. Next dot over. Yeah, that bullet went right where I expected. 2401. $24.52. Barrel's starting to get a little warm, so, I mean, minuscule, but I'm going to start leaving the chamber open and closing it when I'm ready. Oh, that one went right. I don't think that was me. $24.20. That one went right with the others. $24.51. Alright, last one on this round, this group. 2442. Alright, we have an average of 2433, an SD of 19.9, 51.2 ES. I'm going to let the barrel cool just a hair, and then we'll move on. Alright guys, let this cool off a little bit, and we're ready to go. Moving on to 39.2 grains of Varget, shooting a 168 grain Hornady boat tail hollow point. Yeah, one of these is going to hit that clip. I can already tell. 2458. Primer looks good. No swipes or anything. You're seeing the presence of the ejector just a hair. But um, 2439. Yep, just starting to get a presence of the ejector sitting there. So maybe we will reach to where I'm comfortable. I mean, not where I'm comfortable, and where I could push this to is two different things. You know, I could push this way past, you know, most of the guns I've shown you, I could push it way past where I stop at, but I don't like, you know, don't like to beat up on the gun. That is freaking 3 shots to the same, well, it looks like to me, unless that last one went over the paper, which I highly, or which I doubt. 2450. That looks like a good group going already. Brass still looks good. I'm right on the edge of that freaking, I'm so surprised I have not hit that, the clip holding on the target up there. Alright, that last one was 2465, if I didn't say that already. Alright, 2441. Brass looks like a go. I'll show you the swipe I'm seeing. It's a minor swipe. But yeah, I think this next one I feel safe shooting. But I think we've reached, you know, as far as I would want to go. Oh, I got to read off everything here. So 2441 was the last shot. Alright, 2451 was the average. So we steadily went up. 2400 even, to 2405, to 2433, to 2451. We didn't go, you know, down and up and down. SD was 10. Ooh, I'll tell ya, that group is amazing down there. Well, it looks like it from up here. ES of 26.5. Alright, moving on to the last group. Alright, last group, 39.5 grains, and I don't think, even if this is a good group, I don't think I'll keep it at this anyways, just because I don't like sitting at, you know, the top end let's see what it looks like at least on, let's see what the brass looks like. Alright, moving down to target on middle row, furthest one to the left. Yeah. $24.73. Oh, why didn't that pull out? Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to shoot here anyways. It's not outrageous. Primer's still rounded. But you're just starting to get that little shine starting there, where the extractor pulls it out, where the ejector swipes on it. And you gotta tilt it in the light to actually see it. That's how little it is there. But it's enough so, you know, I can tell it's starting to push back heavy enough. I know a lot of people would look at this when I show you up on the bench and shoot this load all day, no problem. $24.73 if I didn't say it. Yep, looks good though. No issues. I mean, not worried about anything going wrong. It's not that high pressure. 24.52. And watch, this is going to be another freaking ridiculous group. It's alright. Group before this was freaking awesome, so. 24.52 was that one. And the last group, I don't really see anything on the brass. Like I said, just starting. So, damn, one right through another. The last two groups are amazing so far. 24.74. Barrels getting on the, you know, mediocre. Warm to the touch. Last bullet. There we go. 24.83. And brass looks good. Didn't get worse at all throughout. There's a couple that are a little shinier than the others, but the last two look phenomenal actually. Average is 24.67, so you can tell this bullet likes shooting. 'Cause I didn't. We'll check it up on the bench, but it don't look like there's any over an inch on this session. So yeah, you can tell this grain bullet likes the faster velocity. SD of 12.6 and an ES of 31.2. So bad chronograph numbers throughout the day, but better groups than better groups than the last session. So like I said earlier, I'll take better groups than better ES, or better chronograph stats. All right. All right, let's get everything picked up and go check out the groups on the bench. All right, guys, we're back up at the bench. Let's get this done here. Look at the brass first, I guess. let me get you zoomed all the way in. Focus all the way that way. There we go. Alright, so this is the first set. 38.3 the Fowlers. So it's going to be your least velocity, or least charge. Hard to hold this damn thing. I don't see anything on those. Some of the shiny spots you do see could be from other, and you can like there, that's just a light. That's not an actual shiny spot from, because you can get that on the top as well. But so then we work our way up. This, I think, was our best group of the day. This brass before the last group. And as you can see, it was starting. Let me, hold on, let me look at them. Yeah, even up here, it's even hard to pick out. Yeah, so that one really don't have many, or really anything at all. But this is what I was talking about on the last charge. Right on the Winchester, starting to see a swipe there. Yeah, you can see it right there a little bit. There you go. You guys can see that little. There's a little bit of powder mixed in with that one, so it's a little darker than what it should be. But yeah, no, it's bad enough so I don't want to sit there and shoot that all day. But a lot of you guys will look at it, I guarantee, and be just fine with it. And honestly, it's not that bad, but still. I'm not made of money, and I like to make my barrels last as long as possible. And one way I know how to do that is by not shooting heavy hot loads. So, alright guys, so yeah, that's the brass. Alright, let's get you guys back in focus here. Alright, look at groups here. So the first two, we got the Fowlers on the first one. Let's take a measurement. We were sitting at 2400 even on the velocity, 24.4 SD, and a 68.5 ES, so garbage. Honestly, I really don't need to say the SD and ESs, it was garbage throughout. Our best SD of the day was 10, which isn't a horrible SD. Like single digits, but whatever. And ES, I would rather have a better ES than SD, to be honest. And our best ES of the day is 26.5, so even worse. So, yeah, horrible there, but I'll tell you, I'll take these groups all day. First group of the day is Fowlers. You guys can see it zeroed out. Hopefully you can see that. So you can tell this one kind of... Yeah, let me flip that around. So middle to middle, this one had a little bit of diagonal stringing on it. And I kicked one out to the right there, as you guys can see. Middle to middle there is 0.708. I don't think these are any further apart. No, almost the same. Yeah, middle to middle, about the same. So, kicked it off pretty decent. Like I said, 100 times to you guys, 1,000 times. I want to see 0.5 or under with this barrel and this rifle. I mean, it's an expensive rifle, so not outrageously expensive. Pretty, budget oriented, but a little bit more expensive on the budget oriented side. It's kind of hard to say it that way, I guess, but yeah, I mean, I definitely could have gone, like kind of with the 22 Creedmoor, with the field stock. There's a lot more, or I could have gone with the Boyds at one stock. So I mean, you can go a lot cheaper than this. But with the price of this rifle and the barrel being a select match shilen, just all of that good stuff, it's got. I didn't even price it out, honestly. I have all my receipts, but it's a more expensive custom rifle. So I want to see at least 0.5 out of that, or under. But still, starting off good. 0.708, not bad. Not bad, first group of the day. Alright, second group. Make sure you guys can see this. Yep, alright. Oh, gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. Today felt really good. I felt really good behind the rifle. Gotten more practice in. Haven't shot for the last 3 days or so, but yeah, this fall I'm gonna be doing a lot more shooting, and just what I've been doing throughout the summer. I haven't been shooting a lot this summer, but gotten some practice in. So middle to middle is about there. I try and do it generously as much as I can. So yeah, right there, guys. I'd like to see that on this rifle all day long. 0.453, hell yeah, hell yes. And that one had an average of 2405. So the first one was 0.708, 0.708. This one was 0.453. I'll post it up on the channel as well through Ballistic X app. I usually take a measurement of all these and throw it up on the channel. Alright, next group, we move to this one. Make sure you guys can see that. Yep. So this one had a weird right one here. Only group of the day that shot out a weird one that I wasn't expecting. You know, wasn't expecting it to go there or be there or whatever. This one had a little right one too, but it's all within, you know, I got the scope sighted in to being high anyways. For any of you guys that don't know, I don't like to shoot out my point of aim. A lot of you guys understand all that. Some people always say, you know, why aren't you hitting the bullseye, or you're bad shooting because you're not shooting the bullseye. And a lot of people have got to realize that when you're going for groups, you want all of your impacts to be away from the bullseye. Whether it's down, left, right, up, it don't matter where it is. It could be, you know, 3 inches down. It don't matter. As long as you're not shooting out your point of aim, you're good. Bullets will always go where the bullets go. So yeah, I expected, you know, this group, I got the scope sighted in to being a little bit high, and it's always been shooting a hair right anyways. So yeah, but this one is definitely hit where I wasn't expecting. That's too far out there. Not good. But let's get this measured either way. I did say up on at the bench, I don't think I had one over an inch, and I'm hoping I was right on that. Come on, middle to middle. I think those are the furthest ones apart. I'll measure the other one that kicked out to the side in a second. But so middle to middle there on those are 0.822, so under an inch there. Let me make sure there's no other. Okay, so yeah, these two are further apart. So let me measure these. Oh man, just brought it over an inch, bastard. I'll edit this out of the video. No, just kidding. So yeah, 1.055. Oh, can you guys see that? You can now. So yeah, the two furthest bullet holes ended up being this one and this one. The 0.822 was this one and this one up here. They're stringing. But this one and this one are the two furthest ones away, and that's what you got to measure. So one group did end up at an inch or just a hair over. Whatever. Now let's get into the really good stuff. Alright, this one, oh, okay, so let me write that down. 1.053. Freaking lost my light here. And we were sitting at, that was 38.9 grains. We were sitting at 2433 velocity, feet per second. and an awful SD, and an awful ES. Don't even gotta say them. Alright, next one is this one, which is the frickin' best group of the day and best group of the powder charge series. So yeah, looking at the last ones we shot, I told you 38 grains ended up being the best, and I was right. 38 grains, and remember, I do all my powder tests 20 thousandths off the lands, so all of these are sitting 20 thousandths off the lands. So 38 grains was on the last session, last time we were out, was 2352 feet per second, a 6.7 SD, and a 19.6 ES with a 0.622 MOA group. So just over half inch. And yeah, that was the best one of that day. I had two over an inch, barely over an inch, but over an inch on that one, on that session. And I had two that were okay. I had one at 0.622 MOA and one at 0.847. But this session obviously is better. Let's go to the next group here. These bullets are obviously liking the velocity, because this group is going to be ridiculous. Unless I sailed one over the top here, I'll look back at, you guys know before I do, or you guys see it before I do, technically. I'm going to look back at, you know, the video and everything, and if I sail one over the top, then obviously this group is awful. But the way it's sitting right here, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bullets. So one might have, you know, I doubt it, because that was shooting pretty pinpoint, but middle to middle on this, oh god. I'm going to say right over there, it's hard to measure because it's just a perfect little clover leaf. You guys see that? That's a nice 5-shot group. Best, I'm going to say best this gun has shot so far. Absolutely. So it's looking like, right there, guys. Can you see it? Yep, 0.339. I'm ecstatic with that. Hell yeah, I'll take that all day. So let me write that down. So that was 39.2 grains. All the brass looked good, so I could load that up and do a seating depth test on that, which I'm probably going to be the winner. We were sitting at 2451 feet per second, and that was the one with the best SD of the day at 10 SD. And alright guys, camera shut off here. So yeah, 0.339, I'll take that all day. That was the 39.2 grain group, and we'll measure the last one here. That's what it looks like. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, looks good. Had a little bit of vertical stringing on that, but not bad, not bad. This one is such a perfect cloverleaf. Most people say, you know, you can tell a lot by the looks of the group itself, and it's a pretty looking group, I'll tell you. So last group of the day, we were sitting at 2467 feet per second, 12 SD, 31 ES, still not outrageous SD, I guess, but whatever, and 39.5 grains of Varget. Now remember, we changed all of this from the last bullet. We changed powders and primers, so we are using the BR2s now. When we moved to this bullet, we changed powder and primer. We moved from CFE 223 to Varget, and we moved from CCI 250 Magnums or something, I can't remember, to CCI BR2s. And that's about all we changed. And obviously bullet, moving to a different bullet. Alright, this group is going to be another good one. Middle to middle, right there guys. A conservative 0.479. Write that down, 0.479. 4, 7, 9. So 2 really good groups in the session. I'm freaking happy as hell. Felt good down there today. Freaking not a lot of sun in my eyes. Everything was pretty good today. Nice and cool. You know, it's getting to be fall down here. So yeah, it's looking good. So that's the groups. That's the brass. So yeah, we're gonna go with 39.2 grains. It produced a 0.339 inch group, and let's see if we can't even shrink that even smaller with a seeding depth test. Now, like I've told you guys before, seeding depth test doesn't change groups a ton. Some people don't believe seeding depth test is even worth it. Personally, I've always believed it does help. I've always seen it help a little bit. Now, whether that's just you shooting better that day or not, I don't know. But I can always change the group a little bit by adjusting the seeding. But there's a lot of people out there that that say seeding depth, you know, messing around with seeding depth is useless. I see it all the time in forums and all that good stuff. But for me, I like tinkering it with a little bit. But now, when you have a group this small, you're always going to know seeding depth ain't going to change that too much. If anything, it may make it bigger. You know, 20 thousandths is that's the reason why I actually start at 20 thousandths is because that's usually the go-to spot, and you get the best groups out of that, around that seeding depth, 20 thousandths off the lands. So that's where I start, just to, you know, start off good. And if I can change it during the seeding depth test, if I can change it for the better, great. But don't be surprised when we go to the seeding depth test if that gets a lot bigger. So 20 thousandths might be perfect. So yeah, we're gonna move on to seeding depth after this. That will be next. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys, you know, subscribing and commenting and all of that good stuff. It really helps a lot. I like talking to you guys anyways. I like hearing your guys' feedback. You know, whether it's criticism or what I'm doing wrong or whatever. You know, I'm not a perfect shooter, but you know, I've been shooting most of my life, and where I fail is I stop shooting for a good, you know, 6 or 7 months, and then I just get rusty again. You know, but it's like riding a bike. It comes back pretty quickly. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.